The Alex Green Show. Featuring Penetration. Also starring 357 Magnum and 9mm. Welcome to Mayberry, North Carolina. My name is Alex Green. I'm here today on location. Going to be joined by Deputy Barney Fife, and we're going to be doing a video that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I'm glad that Deputy Fife could join us, and I'm glad to be in Mayberry, North Carolina. We're going to be doing, should you carry one in the chamber, or should you carry your weapon without one in the chamber? We all know Deputy Barney Fife is the king of carrying the bullet in his pocket. So we're going to do some different examples, do it for time. I've got my honorary Mayberry Sheriff's Office badge I'm going to be putting on. We're going to be doing semi-automatic and revolver at a couple distances and just show you the difference between, the time difference between having your weapon ready to go and having to chamber around or load it if you're carrying a revolver. Let's get this video going. I've got a haircut appointment at Floyd's. I've got a dinner reservation at the diner. Let's go. We're going to start off today with the semi-automatic. Now both the semi-automatic and the revolver are both going to be hip draws today. Everything we do is going to be from the right, my strong side. I'm right-handed when I shoot with the handgun. Everything's going to be from my right side. That way we kind of get an even baseline for continuity across the board. This already has a round chamber. Now what I'm going to do for each variation, I'm going to stand at the ready. I'm just going to have a mental trigger, draw fire from my draw time. When my hand moves to when the round is fired is going to be the time. Not necessarily whenever the round hits the metal down at the end of the range. Now I do have a target. Part of doing this is for accuracy, because you're firing your weapon, you got to be able to hit what you're aiming at. So let's get started. Let's go. All right. Moving on down the line, let's do a round not chambered. Magazine loaded in the weapon, but a round not chambered. Let's see what happens. Not bad. I felt just a slight hesitation when I had to rack the slide there, but nothing crazy, but time will tell. Now, I won't know the times till I edit this, so as you're seeing on the bottom of the screen what the time is, and I'll have a running tab of what they are when I get done with each weapon. In my opinion, if you're going to carry a semi-automatic weapon, the magazine should at least be in it. Now, whether or not you choose to carry one in the chamber, that is totally up to you. It depends on what you're comfortable with and how you're trained. I'm doing this video to show you the time differences, because believe it or not, if a bad guy or bad people come up, try to do bad guy or bad people things, they're not going to wait for you to load your weapon. You're not going to be like, hey, time out, Mr. Bad Guy. Let me load my weapon. We can have a fair fight. It's not the way it's going to work. If they're coming up, you need to have that weapon ready to go pronto. Not doing any steps. You need to have it up, ready to go, showing you need business. But some people are showing to carry the magazine empty, the round separate, and out of the weapon, of course, duh. But what we're going to do, two different types here. We're going to do the magazine out of the weapon, then we're going to do one with the rounds out of the magazine, have to load the magazine and fire for time and accuracy. Let's try it. Oh, I guess it'd help if I put the magazine in the pouch, wouldn't it? That felt like I had a birthday. So now we're going to unload the mag, put rounds in my pocket, and have to load the weapon, get a round off, and see how long it takes us. As you can see here, the slide's locked back, magazine well is empty. I'm looking at the lens here through my magazine well, and my magazine is empty. I've got a couple rounds in my back pocket. I do not like this. I don't even feel safe like it is right now on my person. And I'm up here in the hills by myself. I can't imagine doing this in real life. But I'm going to demonstrate it for you guys and show you what's going on here. Here's the round I'm going to be using. Let's see what happens. I can't imagine having to do all those steps when somebody with a gun, a knife, some type of weapon coming at me in a public area or even in my home. I can't imagine that. That felt like an eternity right there. I don't know how many seconds it was. Like I said, it's on the bottom of the screen here. But I do not like that at all. In one episode of the show, Barney's being interviewed, and he asked how many people, he's been asked by the reporter, how many people's on the police force, and he says, well, there's Andy, and me, and baby makes 3. Now, Barney carried, like I said, a .38 Special, Colt, 4-inch, police, military, some type of service revolver like that. It was rendered non-firing for the show. I have a 4-inch .357, but I am going to be firing .38 Special rounds out of it. Now, the type of round you're going to be firing doesn't really matter. The point is the time and the accuracy. So I'm at 30 feet right side. This is weapons loaded, aiming at my steel target at the end of the range. Let's see what my time is for a baseline to go on to the other variations. Now we're going to do the weapon unloaded. So let me get this thing unloaded. So my weapon is unloaded. As you can see, I'm looking through the cylinder here. Nothing in the cylinder. I do have some rounds in my pocket. We're going to do, before we get to the shirt pocket, we're going to do carrying the weapon unloaded with rounds in the pockets of your pants. Let's see what happens. Not bad. Slow. I wouldn't want to put my life on the line having to do that. So now we're going to get Deputy Barney Fife to come to the camera and demonstrate his professional one bullet in the pocket t-shirt. So this is my Barney Fife outfit. I didn't have any khaki long sleeve shirts or whatever. So I do have my Mayberry badge though. I am pretty proud of that. And I do have a shirt with a pocket on it. So we're going to go out in the hills. We're going to try to find Ernest T. Bass. We're going to try to find those moonshiners. We're going to go down by the lake and do our stuff. But before we do, we're going to have our beautiful, well-known, world-renowned bullet in my shirt pocket. And we're going to see how long it takes me to pull it from my pocket and shoot Ray Hollister. I think that was the guy's name, the moonshiner. And if you can't tell, I grew up watching the Andy Griffith Show, so I'm really enjoying this. Get out of there, bullet. Woo! Andy! Mayberry safe with me on the job. Daggone bunch of people, I'm gonna put them in the jail and put the keys in the filing cabinet. That's maximum security around the Mayberry courthouse. Get out of there, bullet. And there's my trip to Mayberry, North Carolina. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Now just a few things I want to go over. We can't live in the fictitious town of Mayberry where virtually no crime happens, and when something does happen, you have two of the best lawmen ever, Andy Taylor and Barney Fife, to protect you. The old saying, when seconds count, the police are minutes away. Now, as I have said in every video just about I've done of this nature, I'm 1,000,000% law enforcement. Always have been, always will be. Same thing with military, fire department, EMS, all that, dispatching, corrections, all that kind of stuff. 1,000,000% supporter. But what I'm getting at is when there's no police officers around, you're responsible for your safety, the safety of your family, your friends, whether you're in public or at your house. So you have to be competent with that weapon, know how to use it, be accurate. And also, best practices. If you see me with a weapon, very good possibility it's going to be loaded. Matter of fact, I can tell you it's going to be loaded, whether it's semi-automatic or a revolver, a rifle, shotgun, whatever the case is. If I have it for personal defense, guess what? That thing's going to be loaded. No questions asked. So what I'm getting at with this is if you don't want to carry one in the chamber, maybe go to a range, go to somebody you know that's an instructor, sheriff's office, wherever the case is, take a class, get more comfortable with carrying around in your chamber, because as the times have shown, those split seconds can make the difference between you going to your home or going to a funeral home, and we don't want that to happen. Anyways, you guys be easy. I got some great videos coming up, some more kind of theme videos. I can't wait to start filming and getting production on. So until then, you guys be easy. We'll catch you on the next one.